Hello and welcome back. So, it has been a while since I've posted anything, probably not too long of a while, but I have not posted for at least a week. I have been busy, it's been crazy. I had finals for the semester, so I was taking a break because of that. Plus, I ended up going on a 3-4 day trip with my boyfriend to celebrate our 1 year anniversary, which we ended up going to Disneyland. We did Disneyland the first day, we did California Adventure the second day, and then we went back to Disneyland the third day, and then we came home on the fourth day. This was all last week. Last Tuesday, we left at like 12. No, I woke up at 12:30 in the morning and got ready. We left about 2:30. I didn't want to leave any later, so that way we can get gas, we get some coffee, get something like snack on while we were there. And then we decided to head out as no later than about 3 o'clock so we can get it there about 7 to 7:30, because then we were going to be walking across the street to Disneyland from the place we were going to be staying, which we made some good time. I think we made it there about 7:12, 7:10, somewhere in there. And I think we made it. We made it into the park about 8 o'clock. And it was so fun. We started the day by taking some pictures with the castle. And then we just went into doing rides and doing a whole bunch of stuff, which then caused us to go into like Star Wars Land, because that's where we had breakfast and everything. We just had tons of fun. We met Darth Vader. We did a lot of things. So I have made a collage of photos for the first day. So here we go. We ended up staying at the park from open to close, so we got in the park about like maybe 8:05 or so. We left the park at about 12:30 in the night. It's 12:30 a.m. because the park closed at midnight, so we stayed until it closed. We stayed a little after because they don't kick you out technically. So we did that. And with that, we did a little bit of looking around. We did a little bit of like, not fully shopping, but we did do a little bit of shopping. We ended up taking more pictures at nighttime, as you saw. And we got some like Mickey Mouse shaped like cookies. I think one was like a giant chocolate one, and one might have been like a snickerdoodle type one. And then we made it back to the hotel, which took us so long of a walk. It felt like such a long walk. In reality, it was a 12-minute walk, but it was like we had already been, as you saw, going around the park all day long. We were there from 8 a.m. to midnight. And so we were walking nonstop, standing nonstop. Sometimes we would sit, but mainly we were walking and standing. So, with all that, our feet were spicy. And my back started hurting, so I had to start walking like this and taking deep breaths. I don't know why my back was hurting, but my back was hurting. And then, so we made it back to the hotel, I'd say about 1:30 to 2 a.m. Only because we were debating about like 12:45 to 1 a.m. Were we going to walk through downtown Disney, walk all the way to our hotel, or were we going to take the tram to the parking lots and then walk from there to our hotel? Because from there it was a 12-minute walk. From Disney, I'd say it might have been 20 to 30 minutes. And I was like, my feet are spicy. I don't know if I can do that walk. Like the whole walk. So we did the tram to the parking lots, and then we did the 12-minute walk from there. My feet were swollen, but it was worth it. We had fun. We made memories from the first day. We still had 2 more days to go, and I was telling myself, dang, we still do have 2 days to go. The fact that we were like, we could do this for 3 days? Yeah. There was in my head, there was a slight regret for the 3 days, but it was okay because we made it through it. We powered through. We had 3 days worth of fun, even though our feet were spicy. So then we went to bed, I think around 2:30 in the morning after showering and everything. So then we woke up the next day because California Adventure also opens at 8 a.m. But the good thing about this one is it closed at 9 p.m., not midnight. So, and we didn't get park hoppers. So with it closing at 9 p.m. due to grad night, so there was a grad night there. So we didn't get to enjoy the park as long as you would normally, but I guess the park only closes at 10 o'clock on a normal day anyways. So we did as much as we could that day. We woke up early. We made it to the park about 8:20. We were a little late because we were tired. So we did that, and I also made a little slideshow with that one for the day. We went, he got me on the Incredicoaster. He got me doing a whole bunch of stuff. I got him soaked. I made him go into the Grizzly River run, and you will see he got soaked. I had never been on that ride where someone got soaked before because I always sit in the middle of the ride, not on the outer where you would enter, because if you sit there, apparently that's where you get soaked. I always sit in the center, so I've never gotten soaked, and I've never really seen anyone get soaked as much as he did. So I thought it was funny that I saw him get soaked. But yeah, we just enjoyed the day. So yeah. So something I did forget to mention was before we got the little pasta cones from the Cars Land, and after we met Black Widow, you can tell that it's like daytime and then it goes to nighttime. Well, we waited in line to go on Guardians of the Galaxy Mission Breakout. Well, I have been on it. I have. He hasn't been on it since it was Tower of Terror. He hasn't been on it since it was Guardians of the Galaxy. Well, I have been on it before, and I don't know what, but oh my goodness, my anxiety levels for this ride while we were waiting on it, I felt like I had to puke. I was shaking very badly. It was pretty bad. um we went to go wait in line. We were waiting in line, and what was it? We did the fast pass system, so we didn't have to wait in the hour-long line. Well, we were still waiting in a pretty long line, and so him and I were like about to board the line, and he was like about to board to be like the next people who got on the ride after the people in front of us are done. And he was like, "Are you sure you can do this? Do you want to just not do this? We could do it another time. I can tell that you are like very shaky and not okay." And I was like, "Yeah, I just don't want to be the reason you don't ride it. I mean, you can ride it without me, it's fine. I just don't want to be the reason you don't get to enjoy it." And he was like, "It's okay. Already it looks like the same ride it used to be, just with some Guardians of the Galaxy stuff slapped on top of it." And so we were okay from there. He let me not ride it because my anxiety levels and everything. So then that's when we went to Flo's Cafe because I really wanted to try their not pasta, but their like mac and cheese cones. I was hearing so much about them on like Instagram and stuff before we were going on this trip that I thought it'd be so cool to but try it. Something I did wish I did was meet Baymax. I wanted to meet Baymax and Hero from Big Hero 6, but we never got to. It was just a very long line by the time we saw him and everything, so we didn't. Every ride was kind of breaking down also both like all 3 days, so it was a lot to try to figure out what we wanted to do when a lot of the rides we haven't done yet that we wanted to try kept breaking. Like in the morning we were like, we can try with the Cars ride or the Incredicoaster. Well, the Incredicoaster didn't even open up until like 10 a.m. So we ended up going to the Cars ride. Well, the first thing we did when we got into the park was eat food, as you saw, which was really good. But yeah, we had some rides that kept breaking down. We tried to get on rides as much as we could before they started breaking down even more throughout the day. So then after we got our cones, we left because it was 9 p.m. and everybody was kicking us out. So then we went to downtown Disney. We walked through a store for a little bit after we ate our food. And he got his shirt that matched mine. Just his was black, mine was pink. And then I was too tired. I didn't want to keep walking because my feet hurt. And now his feet were starting to hurt finally. So he can feel how it felt. And so we took the tram and we did the 12-minute walk. We were back in the motel by 11 p.m. somewhere in there. By like 10:30 to 11 p.m. And then we showered, got comfy. My feet were swollen again. And so we fell asleep before midnight this time. So we were able to get a little bit more rest before we had to wake up at 8 a.m. the next day. Leave and be at the park by 8 a.m. the next day, because technically I'm waking up at like 6:30 in the morning. 5:30 to 6:30 in the morning because I want to do my makeup again. I didn't do my makeup for day 2 because I knew we were going to be on the Incredicoaster and I didn't want to like Not that it would mess up my makeup, but I was afraid it might have messed up my eyelashes and I would have lost an eyelash. So I chose not to. So we didn't do it. So I did it for day 3 when we went back to Disneyland. Well, this day was a great day, besides both our feet being spicy. We did not go directly to rides. We did almost every single ride on day 1. There were only a few rides we didn't do day 1, so those are going to be the priority. Doing the rides we haven't done and maybe some of the rides that we enjoyed. Well, so we had food. I decided I wanted a Mickey waffle because we see them all the time. And my biggest goal for this day, besides us wearing Kingdom Hearts, because Kingdom Hearts 2 is my favorite game and his favorite game. So we thought it'd be cool if we wore our matching Kingdom Hearts shirts. Yes, they weren't Kingdom Hearts 2 shirts, but they were still Kingdom Hearts. And I thought they were cool because they're still Disney themed and everything like that. So my goal for this day was to meet the princesses and meet Mickey Mouse. Because when I went to Disneyland as a kid, I did not meet Mickey Mouse because I had to go to the bathroom. And someone had to take me out of the line so I could go to the bathroom. So while I went to the bathroom, my little sister and my older brother and my mom met Mickey Mouse. And I was left not meeting him. And they didn't want to wait in the line again for me because we had already been there all day and that line was all long apparently. So I never got to meet Mickey Mouse. And then when I went for grad night, I never met Mickey Mouse because I was apparently never in the area he was. I met Minnie Mouse, but I never met Mickey Mouse. And then when I came with my sister in 2022, I never met Mickey Mouse. I guess it wasn't it was on my mind to meet him, but I didn't know where he would be. I still had not gotten the hang of how the Disneyland app worked. I didn't understand how the Genie Plus fully worked. I understand it now. I can give tips and everything now, but I did not know really how it worked. I wouldn't know where he was. And so we were already tired from being at Disneyland. We were not rope drop people for Disneyland when I went with my sister, but when I went with my boyfriend, we were rope drops, so we were there all day. Apparently, he had never met Mickey Mouse either, so that made it even more of a goal to have Mickey Mouse, to meet Mickey Mouse together, because I had never met him, he had never met him, and he had been there multiple times in the past before me, so we decided that's what we were gonna do. So we did. And it made me so happy to finally meet him. So we ended the day with Hyperspace Mountain. I had never been on Space Mountain before in my life, so I thought it was cool to do. Um, and my face, I don't know if you're able to see it. I mean, you can go back and you can pause it. My face for that photo was mainly because it is dark in that room with little white lights as stars. And randomly at the end of the ride, you get boom, 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 like 3 flashes of light, and you don't know which one's the one that's taking the photo, but it's dark as fuck. You can't see, and all of a sudden you get flashed by 3 different flashes of lights. That is why my face looked like the way it did, because it was bright. I was not expecting it since I had never been on the ride. I didn't know when that was gonna be. I was nervous to get on this ride as well. This ride was nowhere near what I had thought it was gonna end up being. Another thing was Kylo Ren kept running away from us. He didn't think we were rebel spies because he never wanted to question us and ask us if we knew who or if we were the rebel spy. I also forgot to mention from the first day, Darth Vader thought I was the rebel spy. He heavily thought I was, and I'm like in my head, do you not see my shirt that says join the dark side with you on it? But then I got to talking with my boyfriend after, and he was like, it's maybe because Darth Vader has pink sparkles behind him on his shirt, and that might be why he didn't like and thought you were the bad guy, because you're very pink and bubbly. And I was like, well, that's rude. Just don't let him know that I'm going on like the Rise of the Resistance or the Millennium Falcon ride, because then he might honestly believe that I lied to him when I said no, I'm not a rebel spy. But yeah, so we ended up going to Disneyland. We had fun. We came back on Friday last week, and that ended up being hell. We didn't get back until like 5 to 6 p.m. We left at 11 a.m. We checked out at 11 a.m. We went over to a gas station, filled up, and we're on the road by 11:30 in the morning or so, maybe a little earlier. And we didn't get back until like 5 to 6 p.m., somewhere in there. My goodness. It took us so long. Longer than I thought it would. But with that, we have come to a complete. I am going to be posting the videos that I put in this slideshow. If you would like to see them better, or you can, well, not slideshow, this isn't a slideshow, but in this video. But if you would like to see them better, or if you'd like to take your time, my Instagram has the posts. My Instagram has captions explaining like what we did in those photos for that day, and everything like that. So yeah, and my Instagram is the same thing as my YouTube. It's the Pink Kid. That is my handle for everything. So if you would like to see that more in depth with explanation, it will be on there. If you don't, then you can just watch it on here. But I hope you enjoyed this video. Thank you so much for watching. Please leave me a like, comment, or subscribe. That would be very lovely if you did. And I would very much appreciate it if you did as well. But thank you so much for watching. I will see you in the next video. Bye!